Go ahead. Can you hear my voice? क्या आपको मेरा आवाज आ रहा है? अगर आ रहा है, you can write comment में लिख सकते हैं. Hello. Hi everyone. Okay, fine. So let's say if you have got mic, आ जाते हैं. So I unlock camera. So ब्रिजेश, मैंने आपका कैमरा कर लिया, अनलॉक कर लिया है. निधि, आप भी ज्वाइन कीजिए. लेट्स डिस्कस क्विकली. Okay, let's join. So if you have a camera, please start your camera. Let's join. चलो ज्वाइन करते हैं, which is important. So निधि, let's connect. चलिए आप लोग कनेक्ट कर लेते हैं. मैंने आपको एक्सेस दे दिया. Let's quickly talk about Google Ads. I'm a huge fan of running advertisements on Google. And the best thing is, whether your motive is generating leads or engagement or sales awareness, Google Ads will add a lot of value. Google Ads बहुत ज़्यादा value add करता है. So if you have any query, let's jump into your queries quickly. And how many of you are actually running ads on Google Ads? आप में से कितने लोग Google Ads चला रहे हैं? Let's connect quickly. So Sachin, मैंने आपका कैमरा और माइक अनलॉक कर दिया है. You can also join me. आप ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं. Let's connect quickly. If you have any query, please ask me. Go ahead. Go ahead. If you have any query, put that in a comment. So comment. और कनेक्ट में मुझे कनेक्ट कर लीजिए. सो आपके पास कैमरा और माइक अगर है तो आप ज्वाइन कर लीजिए. मैंने आपको एक्सेस दिया है. यू कैन ज्वाइन. Go ahead. Let's see some important questions. Go ahead. एक बार ज्वाइन कर लीजिए एक बार. So मैंने आपको एक्सेस दे दिए हैं. So I've unlocked your mic and camera. We all can talk together. Let's start with this. Go ahead. Go ahead. Let's join quickly. Okay, fine. We'll talk about that part. Let's connect quickly. एक बार आ जाइए स्क्रीन पे. निधि, if you can come on screen, so we can have dual communication. We can talk, we can listen, we can discuss. So the first question that we are getting is how to get more conversion from search campaign. We'll talk about this. इसके बारे में बात करेंगे. Okay, fine, no problem. So निधि आपका कनेक्टेड है. सचिन एक बार आ जाइए. Okay, fine. So let's start with the first question. And first question जो आप पूछ रहे हैं, which is how to get more conversion from search campaigns. Now, one thing I'll tell you that it's not about running campaign on Google Ads. It's all about making a profitable business. That is really very, very, very important. And अगर आपको conversions ज़्यादा चाहिए, we need to work on a lot of things. Now, in Google Ads, if you're especially running search ads, keywords are really very important. And one tip which I will give it to is make sure that you build on all the keywords, all the relevant keywords. Create as many as ad group. This is tip number one. Because there are a lot of keywords. काफी सारे keywords हैं, इसका search volume काफी कम है, but no one is bidding on those words. Those are very low competitive keywords. So make sure you do that. This is point number one. Make sure that you take care of landing page. Landing page is so important, and connect landing page to Google Analytics. And make sure check the bounce rate of that. Make sure on the landing page you must have 2 to 3 call to actions. Important. So again, if we talk about getting more conversions, we need to talk about how we're going to optimize keywords, ads, and landing page. So we're going to work on all these 3 aspects. ये तीनों aspects पे हमको काम करना होगा. So number one, you need to identify which ad group is working and which ad group is not working. This is so important, right? Which keyword is having low quality score? So it's any quality score less than 5. Probably we're going to stop that. That is important. Fine. So when we talk about conversions, अगर हम बात करें कि हमको conversion चाहिए, so number one, what we should be doing is we should be optimizing ad groups, which is important. So my tip number one is create as many ad groups. Number one. Number two is try to find your profitable ad groups, which is very important, right? And how you gonna do that? Check three very important things, which is impression, CTR, cost per lead, and conversion. ये चार चीजें आपको काफी ज्यादा मदद करेंगे. You can also work on keywords. Make sure that you add negative keywords. Make sure that you optimize landing page को optimize कीजिए. And one thing is very important before you start talking about conversions. It's very important that you should be talking about what should be your ideal CPL, which is cost per lead. And in case if you've got e-commerce store, what should be your ideal cost per acquisition? This is also important. And you can find all these details. You can go to Google and search for Google Ads benchmark, so that you'll get to know what is an ideal benchmark. So let's say if I'm running ad in education category, the question is what should be my ideal CTR, what should be my ideal conversion rate. ये भी आपको ध्यान देना पड़ेगा. Do competitive research. See your competitors. See your competitors. Use SEMrush or SpyFu to find what all keywords they are running advertisements and how they are writing ads, because I believe the writing ad is an art. एक कमाल का ad लिखना भी एक art है, which is really very important, right? And then make sure that you work on negative keywords. Fine. Optimize your ad copy. Optimize your landing page. There are a lot of things that we can do on landing page. I'll give you quick tips. Number one is make sure on a landing page you must have proof of leads, because I've seen a lot of landing pages where this is missing, which is proof of leads. And how you want to do that? Go to Google and search for proof of leads. You'll find some tools. आपको tools मिलेंगे. I'll show it to you. So you can use this tool. Just a sec. You can go to Google, search for proof of leads, which is important. You see that you can use this tool, which is useproof.com. You can use this. And so जब conversion का बात करते हैं, we need to talk about a lot of things. There are a lot of things that we need to look into it. Make sure that you use this tool. It's a very good tool. There are a lot of alternatives available. You can use Hotjar as well. So I personally use, for my campaign, I use Hotjar. So which is heat map analysis. So you will exactly get to know why someone is not filling that form. This is also important, right? So there are a lot of things that we need to do. And what you can do is you can also target your advertisement on the basis of location. So I give you a tip is make sure that you work on locations. So in Google Ads, you'll find reports on the basis of pin code. So you can also optimize your ad campaign to very specific location. So let's say if you're starting campaign entire Gujarat, see which pin code is giving you more impressions, conversion, and CTR. Which pin code is giving you more impressions but less CTR. Then we need to optimize that. Work on device targeting and take help of Google My Business as well. Because it's not only about seeing data in Google Ads. You can see a lot of data in Google My Business page as well. Right? So these are some of the ways to do that. But I'll tell you, it's not about running advertisement. It's all about making people fall in love with your advertisements, which is really very important. Right? Fine. So I hope I answered your question. If you have any very specific question, agar aap puchenge, it will add a lot of value, because when you talk about how you can get more conversions, because this is the question which everyone is asking. So this is a very broad question, but we need to work across all the parameters. And then you can use some good tools like AdZoomer. So how many of you know AdZoomer? You can use AdZoomer. Fine, which will help you to optimize your campaign. So there are a lot of things that we can do that. Do it. Optimize for location, language, bid. You can also start with bid. And I advise one thing which is very important, that if you're running on search ads, if you want to generate leads, start with retargeting campaign on search engine, which is really very important. Start with retargeting campaign, because I've seen a lot of people, they run display retargeting, but I've seen with a lot of advertisers, they don't leverage retargeting on search network. So one important tip that I'll give it to is start running ads. Retargeting ads on search network. So Nidhi, I just want to ask you are you running retargeting ads on Google Ads? So make sure you build audience under audience section in Google Ads. So there are a lot of things that we can do. हम काफी सारी चीजें कर सकते हैं. Okay, fine. Shakil Ahmed, if you have any query, please ask me. Ronak, Vikram, if you have any query, please do ask me. There are a lot of things that we can do. Go ahead. Let's connect. अगर आपके पास कैमरा है तो आइए ज्वाइन करते हैं. Let's join. So Bharat Chawla, I've given you access. Vikram, I've given you access. Let's discuss quickly. Nidhi, I've given you access as well. Let's connect quickly. Let's talk. If you're running campaign, you can give me some statistics and surely I'll help you to optimize your campaign. Go ahead. It's also important. Go ahead. Any other question? And how many of you are starting with, let's say, retargeting campaign on search network? So how you want to do that? So make sure what you have to do is you have to connect 3-4 things together. तो आपको क्या करना पड़ेगा, आप समझ के चलो. What you have to do is connect Google Ads with YouTube and connect Google Ads with analytics. Make sure that all these 3 platforms are connected so that they're synced together, so that we can see data and we can start with retargeting ads. Use URL tracking, which is important. So let's say if you're running 10 campaigns, make sure you're using URL tracking campaign at campaign level or at ad group level or at an ad level. Do that. So you have to at least use URL caption. So go to Google URL Builder, make some URL, put it there in ad. You can also do it on campaign level as well, so that you'll get to know which campaign is giving you more conversions, which search campaign is giving you more conversions. And if you have got low budget, agar low budget hai, so what I suggest is target very specific locations. Instead of running campaign to pan India, see which conversion will add more value. So are you going to get more value when someone clicks from Ahmedabad or someone coming from New Delhi? Because again, it's all about budget. And try to create as many as ad groups, which is very important. Because there are a lot of keywords which probably Google will not tell you initially. जब तक कि आप research and permutation and combination ना करें, find all possible keywords and don't see keywords as keyword. ये ध्यान रखना है. Always see the intention behind keywords. So if you want to make more money from Google Ads, it's all about intention. Why someone is searching for my business? That is important. And for every ad group, make sure that you create at least 3 ads, which is important. See, this has got a lot of things we're going to do, Vikram. This is what we are discussing as of now. You have to do a lot of things when we talk about optimizing campaign. There are a lot of things. तो आप देखिए जब से सेशन चालू है, we are talking about only this thing, which is optimization of campaign. So you need to understand that we might require to optimize our ad copy or a landing page or keyword, or we need to optimize on the basis of, let's say, location, or we can also work on some higher bidding strategy. So what I do is, let's say when I run any campaign, I try some other bidding strategies as well, like target CPA or maximize conversions. But make sure that when you start with manual CPC, try to get initial results in manual CPC. Make sure the traffic that you're getting from Google Ads is highly relevant traffic, and then you work on bidding strategies. Because if your campaign is not working in manual, it's really difficult. Okay, no problem. But my tip is, when we talk about optimization, we need to do a lot of things. We need to do a lot of things. Go ahead. Any other query? Go ahead. अगर कुछ query है तो बताइए. So make pointers. If you're running a campaign, you can straight away tell me. अगर आप कोई campaign run कर रहे हैं, you can tell me some matrices. And make sure that you always see results in Google Analytics as well. Because one thing I'll tell you, that number of click is not equal to number of users on the website. It's all about page views, which is important. Start with the YouTube campaign. I love retargeting, but targeting someone who's coming on a website, I'm very sure that someone who's coming to a website, they'll go to YouTube. So make sure you start with YouTube targeting as well. Go ahead. Go ahead. If you have any other query, go ahead. And there are very good landing pages that you can use in order to create landing pages. Straight from lead pages to unbounce, ClickFunnels, Kajabi, Kartra. So what you have to do is make sure that okay, specific page per audience कैसे create करें. Number one, you can do it within the Google Ads as well. Go to Audience Manager and then you can build an audience. I'll show it to you. मैं भी आपको दिखा देता हूँ. And you can do same thing in Google Analytics as well. So make sure that you connect your property to Google Analytics. Go to property and then go to audience definition. So आपको property level पे जाना है. Google Analytics का मैं बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. और वहां पर you can find option. I'll show it to you just a sec. Let me log in into my Google Ads. एक बार मुझे Google Ads में log in करने दीजिए. I'll show it to you quickly how you gonna do that. And I suggest that when it comes to building audiences, one of the strategy that you can use is create a good blog, start promoting that blog for traffic. And someone engaging with that blog, you can always retarget them. So which is very important because blog is an informational piece of content. Blogging an informational piece of content hai, which is really very important. Right, I'll show it to you quickly. Just a sec. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Okay, fine. Okay, fine. I'll show it to you just a sec. Okay. Just a sec, I'll show it to you. Okay, so now you see how you're gonna do that. I'll quickly share my screen. Just a sec. Now, tell me, can you see my screen now? क्या screen अब आपको दिखाई दे रहा है? तो एक बार हाँ बोल दीजिए. So I'll get to know that you guys can see my screen. Okay, fine, nice. So you can see that I'm in my Google Ads. You can go to here and make sure that if I go to linked accounts, make sure that you must connect. You can see with this account, this is 152. You can connect this account with this. You can see that brand with a website. This has already been connected. It's not difficult. Make sure you check that and make sure you connect this with Google, with YouTube as well. You can see this is all done. So make sure you must connect this. कैसे connect कर सकते हो? Go to YouTube, go to channel settings. And from the channel settings, you'll go to Google Ads and then you can connect it. Next is what you can do is you can go to Audience Manager. This is important. And then you can create two kind of audiences. Number one, you can do it on retargeting and custom audiences. So it's a retargeting. You can see the website visitors. So visitor of a page. Put that URL here. Make sure you do it equals. And then this is for last 30 days. So let's say I want to create it for last 10 days, 30 days. I can do that. बराबर है? You can see that 30 days. Membership duration is 540 days. तो आपको लास्ट 30 दिन का बनाना है तो आप 30 दिन डाल सकते हैं. And then you can put that link here. You can do this. And then I'll put this audience name. Let's say 26th August. Website. Visitor. This is my homepage. I'll do it for 30 days. And then boom, done. So we can do like this and let this. So we'll build this audience. So you see that we are creating a lot of other sizes as well. You can create remarketing on the basis of YouTube users. People who viewed any video, जिन लोगों ने वीडियो देखे और certain videos और video as an ad or subscribe to a channel. So आपको 100% क्या करना चाहिए? Make sure you must create this audiences, which is really very important. Fine, Vikram. So make sure you check that part. Make sure you build audiences. And then what you can do is you can import these audiences in search campaign under audience section. I'll show it to you. So let's say if I go here, let's say I want to start retargeting. What you can do is you can go to Google campaign. I'll go to campaign. And then let's say if I go to a campaign, what I'll do is I'll go to audiences. So when you're doing a campaign, when you're doing campaign level settings, you'll find this option of audiences. You see that I'm running ad on this all users for 30 days. This is so important. Fine. So this is one conversion. So the point is, it's very important that you start advertising on search network, especially retargeting. I'm talking about retargeting. इसका मतलब है जो लोग आपके बिजनेस के बारे में ढूंढ रहे हैं, बराबर है. So I want to make sure if they're on my website or if they search on Google search engine, they should see my ad. So which is important. So you can do retargeting on search network. Make sure you do that. If you have any query, please do let me know. So we talked about 3-4 queries as of now. Go ahead. Do competitive research, which is important. See what your competitors are writing in H1 and H2. H3, what they're writing in description. So make sure that you use description 1 and description 2. Make sure that you use path URL, which is important, customized URL, so that you will make it more relevant with user search query. Fine. And then obviously you can use some automations. So I just want to know if you are doing automations in Google Ads. Go ahead. If you have any query, please do let me know. Okay, fine. So what you can do is, see if you want to invalid click को कैसे stop कर सकते हैं तो मैं आपको बता देता हूँ. When you run campaign on Google Ads, जब आप Google Ads में campaign चलाते हैं, Google will give you report under invalid clicks. You can find that column in, in Google Ads. Google आपको invalid click के पैसे वापस देता है. And what you can do is there are some tools which can help you to do that because Google अपने आप में काफी sophisticated है. Google is so intelligent that these days invalid clicks का उतना problem नहीं होता है because when I used to run a campaign 7, 8, 9 years back, there has to be a lot of problem with invalid clicks. So there is a tool which you can use, but this is I'm suggesting for advertisers spending big amount of money on Google Ads. Fine. So I'll tell you what you can do is I'll share my screen. I'll show it to you. So ClearGuard, there is a tool. If I search invalid click, so you can see that there is a tool. So there are some tools I will show to you. I guess so I'm just forgetting that name. मुझे याद आ रहा है. Just a sec. Invalid click prevention tool. So which we use, So you can see that invalid clicks. There are some other tools as well. You can see that yes, ClickSeize. So you can do that. ClickGuard. I'm talking about ClickGuard. ppcproduct.com. So you can use this. ClickSeize. Okay, this is tried and tested by me. You can see that top-rated Google Ads click fraud prevention. You can use this. I've used this personally. ClickGuard. You can see the pricing. You can also start a free trial. Find PPC product. So you can see that it's $50 per month, but probably you need to have some budget in order to use this. So there are 3 tools which I'm telling you as of now, which is important, which is ClickSeize, which is ClickGuard and PPC product. PPC product. You can work on this. आप इस पे काम कर सकते हैं, which is important. Probably there is no point. See, the objective is it's all about focusing on your campaign. There are a lot of things. हमको काफी सारी चीजों पे काम करना पड़ेगा. Fine. So I don't find that is very relevant. The objective is, are you getting good business from Google Ads or not? This is the question that we should be asking. जो हमको बिल्कुल सवाल पूछना चाहिए. Go ahead. If you have any query, go ahead. Or if you're done with queries, okay. Important, just a sec. There is no point. Probably we need to check. We need to check. But the question is, we need to look into some very important optimization techniques. Any other question? Go ahead. Go ahead. Any other question? You can always, the point is, you can always exclude IP addresses. That we can always do that. So if you're very sure that, okay, this is the IP which I want to exclude, where I don't want to show advertisement, that you can always do that. You can check in Google Ads account. आप Google Ads account में check कर सकते हैं आप. Go ahead. So it's very important that you should be working on these three things. And you can use one more tool, which is AdZoomer. How many of you know AdZoomer for optimizing your campaign? So what does AdZoomer does is they give you a lot of important information for optimizing your campaign. So AdZoomer will tell you what all keywords you can bid. AdZoomer will tell you which ad group is giving you more business, which keywords are not performing, which ad is performing. And very important is you can also use responsive ads. Responsive ads are doing good. And then you can also go with dynamic ads, but that is all for e-commerce sites. You can always do that. But Google is doing a lot of changes the way we target advertisement. Go ahead. Go ahead. If you have any query, go ahead. So should we discuss, the top questions that, interviewer going to ask you? Interviewer आपसे जो सवाल पूछेगा, there are a few important questions that they will surely ask you. So if you're finished with your queries, अगर आपको query होगी, if you have any query, please comment. Let's quickly discuss. So if you're running campaign, if you have any query, you can ask me. Start with YouTube retargeting. So what you can do is start promoting your YouTube campaign. Okay, construction company, okay. So exactly what is your product and service? Let's discuss quickly. चलो एक बार discuss करते हैं. मैं आपका कैमरा और माइक अनलॉक करता हूं. Let's do that. So Namita, you can connect. आप आ सकते हैं. Let's discuss quickly. Jitendra, Nidhi, so how many of you do have, webcam and mic? We can talk. Let's do some interactive. Yes.
Sir, I want to run ad for the construction company of my father.
Okay. Exactly what are your products?
They build houses, offices, industry, not a foundation, yeah. And
okay, so are you looking for rental? You're looking for rental कुछ है इसमें, or you want to construct? So who is
not rental, for construction, for building purpose, how to construct construction.
Okay, and who is your audience? Who is your TG?
Within the age of 20 to 65, I
and
guess.
What they do exactly, like आपके audience customer को आपके like आप किसको ad दिखाना चाहते हैं? Because I'm not very good with construction business, so that's why I thought first आप जब बोले, so I thought that you're talking about 2 BHK or rentals, those kind of thing? Or are you looking, or are you a builder and want to sell your 2 BHK?
Builder, right? Builder.
Okay, fine. So if I want to buy product, if I want to buy a house, I'm
No,
your ideal.
like you have your land and I
Okay.
want to construct. I have to construct the building over there, like that.
Okay. So आपको किसको ढूंढना है आपको, like just quickly tell me आप किसको ढूंढना चाहते हैं, मतलब like it's in B2B, it's not B2C, right?
May I know what is the B2B and B2C?
I'm talking
Sorry.
about yeah, no problem, no problem. देखिए मैं थोड़ा समझने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ कि एग्जैक्टली आपको ऐड किसको दिखाना है. फॉर एग्जांपल देखिए मेरा डिजिटल मार्केटिंग का कोर्स है, तो मुझे स्टूडेंट को ऐड दिखाना है, मुझे वर्किंग प्रोफेशनल्स को ऐड दिखाना है. तो वैसे आपका टारगेट ऑडियंस कौन है, किसको ऐड दिखाना है, अगर आप थोड़ा सा मुझे बता.
Professionals ही होंगे, maybe means with like
Okay, so it's like I
quite
have a
old
land.
enough.
Okay, fine. So it means I have a land, I want to build a house and I will contact you. ऐसा कुछ करना चाहते हैं?
Right. हाँ.
Okay, fine. Probably then we need to, number one, we need to do research. What search term people type on Google when they're looking for your businesses?
Sorry?
So like civil contractor, ऐसा कुछ हो सकता है?
हाँ, civil contractor, civil builder, like.
Okay, fine. So what we can do is we can go to. So have you ever run Google Ads campaign? क्या आपने कभी चालू किया है?
Not yet. We are just
Okay.
learning, yeah.
Okay, fine, no problem. So what you can do is number one is make a list of all search queries, because मुझे लगता है देखिए एक चीज आपको ध्यान रखना पड़ेगा. It's very simple to run ads in Google Ads. Google Ads में ad बहुत simple है. Probably a 20 minutes of YouTube video will help you to do that, but it takes years and years to make that profitable campaign. It's really very strategic. The point मैं आपसे ये कहना चाहूँ. So number one, what you do is go to Keyword Planner and find all your keywords. Right? Find all your keywords. Let's say, for example, construction हो सकता है, or let's say possibly you're looking forward for someone who's looking for developed garden, for example, or landscape, for example, or interior designing, for example. So what you do is you divide your product, into categories. Divide कर दीजिए. Go to Keyword Planner. So I hope that you have used Keyword Planner.
Yeah, I did.
And try to find keywords, what people are searching. और आपको एक चीज समझना पड़ेगा that we want to show advertisement to someone whose intention is very high. Now on Google Ads, intention is king. It's not keyword, it's intention. तो आपको क्या करने पड़ेंगे, आपको 50-100 keywords देखने पड़ेंगे और आपको सोचना पड़ेगा that why someone is searching for my product. That is very important. और आपको लगता है कि वो keyword है जो डाल रहा है, let's say for example contractor, civil contractor in Ahmedabad. If you think that people are searching about my businesses, start running ads. Second thing, what you can do is use SEMrush or SpyFu. You heard about these tools? SpyFu?
No, I don't know.
Okay, no problem. Go to SEMrush or SpyFu. ये इंडस्ट्री में काफी यूज होता है. SpyFu, SPYFU, SpyFu. And what do you do is
FOO.
नहीं, FU, SpyFu. I will show to you here. I'll quickly show to you. So
and what to do with these tools?
Yeah, I'll tell you quickly. So I'll go to Google, and then what I'll do is I'll go to this, which is SpyFu.
Okay, fine.
So this is one tool, and same way what you can do is you can also look for SEMrush. So you can go to SEMrush. You can put your competitor's website here. आप यहाँ competitor का website डाल सकते हैं. For example, I put brandweather.in. This is just an example. So find your competitors.
Okay.
So you can put any brand here. Let's say I'll put Brandweather, for example. And this tool will tell you if your competitor is running any ad. ये tool आपको बताएगा कि आपका competitor कोई ad कर रहा है कि नहीं कर रहा है. You can see that, which is PPC research. And if I go to PPC research, so this tool is not showing because I'm using this for free as of now. Let me take some big brand. So you can see that we can find all ads.
Yeah.
You can see these are the keywords.
So here we will get the keywords also, yeah? Keyword idea.
You will get keywords as well, yes. You will get keywords as well. You will get ads as well. And then point is do investigation, what they're writing in headline 1 and headline 2. Which is important. आप अभी दिख नहीं रहे हैं. Okay, there might be some internet problem, I guess. But make sure that you use these tools, which is important. Hello? शायद disconnect हो गया आप अभी. Fine, but make sure that you work on these tools. Yes.
15,000 ये बैग में रख दो।
Fine. So, anyone having any other query? So, if you have any query, please do let me know. Do it. I'm gonna help you, Namita. एक बार बात कर लेंगे. You WhatsApp me your number on my mobile phone. We'll talk. We'll connect. No problem. I will help you to do that. मैं आपकी बिल्कुल मदद करूंगा कैंपेन को चलाने के लिए. No problem. I'll give you step by step instruction, and we can start advertising, because I want you to start with advertising, which is important. Go ahead. Any other query? Fine. So what I want to run ad. Number one is, you always see, आप एक बार देख लीजिए कि कौन कौन cities में ad चलाने वाले हैं, and then we can start advertising specific locations. Make sure you also calculate, and make sure you must have a landing page and calculate what should be your ideal CPL, which is cost per lead. How much money you're gonna put in order to get one good qualified lead. See, I will tell you, Jitendra ji, can we quickly let's discuss. For call only ads, so it's very good that, so I always love to run call only ads. You can always do that, but you need to have a landing page. You need to have a website. Put homepage of your website. That's not a problem. कैसे हैं आप?
बढ़िया सर.
बढ़िया. अब बताइए, सो अभी आप कॉल ओनली ऐड चला रहे हैं अभी? आई थिंक इंटरनेट स्टक हो गया है. ओके फाइन.
यस सर.
हाँ, प्लीज बताइए. फिर अटक गया.
सिर्फ इशू ये आ रहा है कि हमारी ब्रांड वेबसाइट है, विच इज अ कॉर्पोरेट. गेटिंग वॉइस सर? यू आर गेटिंग माय वॉइस?
No.
सर मेरी जो ग्रुप की ब्रांड वेबसाइट है, सो आई डोंट वांट टू मेंशन दैट ब्रांड. यस सर. वो ब्रांड वेबसाइट तो मैं यूज नहीं कर.
आपको एक वेबसाइट तो डालना पड़ेगा आपको. यू नीड टू पुट अ वेबसाइट.
चलाऊं तो दैट इज हो सकता है क्या वो?
नहीं, देखिए, आपको आप व्हेन यू क्रिएट अ कॉल ओनली कैंपेन, स्टिल गूगल विल आस्क यू
तो उसके लिए फिर दूसरा ऑप्शन ये है कि मैं एक लैंडिंग पेज यूज करूं.
Yes, and you can do that. Yes. Do you have a landing page?
So landing page यूज करना is the solution.
Sorry?
Pardon?
See, call only ad, it means you want to get a call.
क्या बोल रहे हैं सर?
आप call only ad campaign का बात करिए. Talk about call only campaign. It means you want to receive a call, right?
Yes.
Yes. So make sure you must do phone tracking, call tracking in conversion. Number one. Number two is whatever landing page you have. Yes. And number two is make sure that you do bid adjustments. So you start advertising, call only ad, advertise कीजिए, and then you can do some bid adjustments. So I suggest you.
Right.
Yes. So location is very important for you. Be very specific. Timing is very important, because people probably will not call in the late night. So make sure you can always schedule your ad. So which I've been saying in lot of call only campaigns. But call only के लिए you need to have a landing page. You need to have
landing page. सेकंड इम्पोर्टेंट क्वेश्चन, लैंडिंग पेज तो है, बट जो गूगल माय बिजनेस है उसके ऊपर हमारे होटल का लैंडलाइन नंबर है. सो मैं अपना खुद का मोबाइल नंबर वहां पर ऐड में डाल सकता हूँ? गूगल उसको रिजेक्ट तो नहीं करेगा?
मैं समझा नहीं. नहीं, you can put your phone number. That's not the problem. But make sure what you do is, because sometimes it might happen that ad might get into disapprove. But I suggest that put that phone into a landing page. This is my suggestion.
So मुझे होटल का लैंडलाइन नंबर डालना जरूरी नहीं है, मैं अपना खुद का मोबाइल नंबर भी डाल सकता हूँ?
डाल सकते हैं. And then we need to check, because it might happen, sometime it might happen that everything is okay, still Google disapproves, and then we'll talk to them. This happens with a lot of cases, but we can do that. And I suggest, are you using YouTube ads भी चला रहे हैं आप?
सर YouTube का पेज अभी ओपन किया है, बट दैट इज ओनली फॉर दैट. मैं थोड़ा अलग जा रहा हूँ, उस पे सिर्फ वीडियोस डाल रहे हैं. दैट इज नॉट कैचिंग अप. वो उतना नहीं है. YouTube ऐड नहीं चला रहे अभी.
Okay, fine. But you can have a good visibility on YouTube. So you can do retargeting वगैरह कर सकता है. That is important. People who are actually coming to your website, you can show your advertisement on YouTube.
So business hotel में YouTube ad, I believe.
नहीं, I'm talking about engagement and awareness perspective here.
नहीं, that is मैं तो typical से leads के point of view से देख रहा हूँ.
Fine. Then you all
city name, competition hotel का name हो गया, उसके साथ में ad हो जाएगा, run उस पे होगा. अगर कोई competition name search करता है तो वहाँ पर हमारा ad दिखेगा like that.
बिल्कुल. तो अभी फिलहाल आप responsive ads, okay fine, that's okay, no problem.
अभी से starting है इसलिए मैंने call select किया, then later on display वगैरह पे भी जाऊँगा मैं.
बिल्कुल कीजिए. कहीं अटकेंगे तो आप बिंदास सब बताइएगा आप.
Sir, thank you.
And then you make sure you make a plan like what should be ideal CPL and cost per call. So आप वो थोड़ा सा calculate कर लेना, which is very important. And then make sure you track those things. और कुछ और softwares भी आते हैं आपको पता है, there are some softwares which are available in order to track your calls, so that you'll make sure whether you are getting a call from Google My Business or getting a call from Google Ads. So there are some good softwares which are available.
सर मेरे मोबाइल से मैं चलाऊंगा तो आई बिलीव उस पे नंबर आएगा, गूगल का ही नंबर आएगा, तो ट्रैक हो जाएगा.
Fine. I'm just telling you that there are some tools available. Short tools, because let's say if you're promoting your business across different mediums, and if you want to know which medium you got a call to, there are some solutions available.
नोट्स में अगर मेंशन कर दीजिए, याद हो तो आपको इधर मेंशन कर दीजिए.
Fine. मेरे को थोड़ा सा भूल रहा है, but I'll recall and I'll tell you.
जब भी आएगा, right? I will collect it from you later.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Any query, please do let me know. Any other queries?
Sir, thank you.
Yeah. So Vikram, let's connect. चलो मिल लेते हैं विक्रम आपसे. So Vikram, let's मिल ऑक्शन इनसाइट के बारे में पूछ रहे हैं. So Vikram, let's connect. चलो मैं आपको माइक दिया है, कैमरा दिया. Let's talk quickly. Let's connect. So आपके नेक्स्ट सवाल अगर रहेगा, so मैं रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा आपसे, make sure you know I'll give you access of mic and camera because it become really very interactive. Go ahead. ऑक्शन इनसाइट में रैंक आप कैसे ला सकते हैं? देखिए, ऑक्शन इनसाइट में रैंक लाने का बात नहीं है, वो एक कंपैरिजन शीट है कि आप जिसके साथ ऑक्शन में जा रहे हैं उसका रिपोर्टिंग है. We cannot change that reporting. The point is we can get to know, so we can build some strategy, we can optimize our campaign using auction insight report. So पहला चीज आपको make sure करना पड़ेगा that when you are running a campaign, you make sure that you have a right traffic, you have right CTR and right acquisition, right conversion. That is very important. And the question is how you going to check the quality of lead. Number one is ask your customer. आपका कस्टमर बता देगा कि जो नंबर आपके पास आया, क्योंकि वो बात करेगा, फोन से बात करेगा, तो आइडेंटिफाई कर लेगा लीड सही था कि नहीं था. नंबर टू इज what you do is make sure that on one sheet you make all ideal characteristics of your customers and then map it with Google Analytics and Google Ads metrics, so you'll get to know. For example, मुझे पता है that someone who is interested in job and employment, this is one of my interests of my customers, and I can map with Google Analytics as well. That we can always do. We can also map your organic ट्रैफिक वर्सेस पेड ट्रैफिक. सो ऑर्गेनिक से जो लोग आपकी वेबसाइट पे आ रहे हैं, पेड ट्रैफिक जो वेबसाइट में आ रहे हैं, यू कैन ऑलवेज कंपेयर देम. सो ऑर्गेनिक, अगर आप ऑर्गेनिक सही शब्दों पे आ रहे हैं तो आप मान सकते हैं वो इंपॉर्टेंट होगा मैट्रिक्स, एंड देन यू कैन कंपेयर. सो यू कैन डू दैट. ऑक्शन इनसाइट में देखिए आप क्या कर सकते हैं. नंबर वन, यू विल गेट टू नो हु इज योर रियल कॉम्पिटिटर. देयर माइट बी 100 कॉम्पिटिटर्स, बट ऑक्शन इनसाइट, व्हेन वी सी ऑक्शन इनसाइट रिपोर्ट, यू ऑलवेज सी कि हम कौन से ब्रांड के साथ, कौन से कंपटीटर के साथ दे आर गेटिंग टू ऑक्शन. नंबर वन. पॉइंट नंबर टू इज when you identify your competitors, see what kind of ads they are running, what kind of keywords they are running, which keywords is giving them more value, which keyword is driving more traffic to their landing page. So you can get these estimates using SEMrush, right? You can also get to know, because Google previously was showing average position, but I guess Google has removed that part, so we cannot see the position. Varna Google ye bhi batata tha position kya hai. And then you can always walk on top of a page, so कौन सबसे पहले आ रहा है, कौन पीछे आ रहा है, आपके ऐड कितनी बार कंप्यूटर से ऊपर दिख रहे हैं. यू कैन सी ऑल दिस थिंग्स, राइट? सो ऑक्शन इनसाइट रिपोर्ट में जो ऑक्शन हो रहा है उसके बारे में आपको पता चलेगा. सो विच इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. इज दिस ओके? आपको अपना इंप्रूव करना है, तो आपको कॉम्पिटिटर्स मिल गए, देन यू नीड टू ऑप्टिमाइज योर कैंपेन. और मुझे लगता है जहां तक आप अगर ऑक्शन इनसाइट रिपोर्ट आप देख रहे हैं, सो आई एम वेरी श्योर गूगल इज नॉट शोइंग अप पोजीशन. अभी तो पोजीशन शायद नहीं दिखा रहा है, क्योंकि गूगल ने एवरेज पोजीशन भी हटा दिया है अभी. Fine. So I guess I solved your query, Vikram. मुझे उम्मीद है कि आपको उसका जवाब मिला होगा. Any other query? So we can build strategy on auction insight report. Go ahead. चलिए बात करते हैं, और कोई है तो बात करते हैं. Go ahead. If you have any query, you can type, and if you don't have any query, you can type no problem. Okay, you can WhatsApp me. I'll put my number. So अगर आप campaign चला रहे हैं, we can always discuss on this number. So Namita ji, you can WhatsApp me your number. We will connect. But make sure that you start with Google Ads. That is important. Okay, fine. I'll check that. So we talked about a lot of questions. Any other query? Fine, I guess. So Google Ads so huge. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. How to find deep suggestion point? Landing page, you can make it by yourself, or we should take some program. I feel that देखिए landing page आपका कमाल का होना चाहिए जितेंद्र जी. Landing page is so crucial. और मैं आपको बता दूं ज़्यादातर I've seen a lot of people what they do is they spend more on Google Ads and less on landing page. So I'm not saying that you should be spending more money on landing page, but my point is landing page कमाल का चाहिए. So if you're spending 10,000 rupees every month, let's say एक साल में 1,20,000 रुपए डाल दिया, but you are not doing A/B testing, you're not adding value to a landing page. So landing page कमाल का होना चाहिए. So if that is required, I advise you to take some professional help. Because ऐसा ना हो कि landing page उतना अच्छा नहीं है, because it should be conversion friendly. So that is important. So you can always take a professional help. So for landing page is so crucial. So because I've seen a lot of campaigns where money is wasted because landing page is not okay. You might write good ad copy, you might work on good keywords, you can optimize, but what if your landing page is not okay? And make sure you use Hotjar, you use FOMO, which is fear of missing out concept, or you can show some testimonials, right? You should have at least 3 to 4 call to action. Check competitors' landing page before you design your own. Make sure that you take care of copywriting part, because copywriting is again very important. Make sure that you're solving intentions in your landing page. It's all about solving intention. The question is why people will fill a form. It's all about intention. That is important. Go ahead. Okay, so Vikram, I will tell you that if you go to Google will show you all recommendations. Google recommend a lot of things. So take help of that recommendation as well, because they're going to recommend you on keywords, right? Which keyword is performing, which keyword is not performing. Google going to recommend you some extra keywords. Probably you can check if you want to use them in your campaign. You can do that. Google will also tell you about landing page score as well, right? Google will tell you under recommendation that let's say if you have 4 landing pages, which landing page is not working, right? Probably they're going to check bounce rate or page views, for example. Google will tell you which ad copy is working, or Google will recommend you to add responsive ads. So make sure you check recommendations from Google itself, because I've seen last 6-7 years back when we used to run a campaign, now we run a campaign, Google AI has become very powerful. And how many of you know that Google started with lead generation in YouTube ads? आपको पता है YouTube ads में Google ने lead generation भी चालू कर दिया है. So which is, I'm not talking about generating leads from landing page. I'm talking about generating leads within Google Ads. So someone will see your ad, YouTube ads, and below they can fill a form, just like Facebook lead gen campaign. So we can leverage that part as well. But I guess that is not for all advertisers. Someone who will spend, I guess, 5 lakh rupees, we need to check. मुझे check करना पड़ेगा. I'm not confirm on that part, but I'm very much confirmed that Google lead, because I'm starting for some of my clients. So Google is doing a lot of changes. Go ahead. And what you can do is you can also do one thing, like compare Google ads with analytics. So what does comparison mean? What you can do, that which ad group is having more bounce rate. That is again very important, because I've seen a lot of people, they get data, they get idea from Google Ads platform, but you can get into Google Analytics. From Google Analytics, you can learn a lot of ways to optimize your campaign. Now I've seen a lot of people, they use Google My Business, but have you ever thought that even Google My Business page data or insight can help you to optimize your Google ads campaign as well. So for example, location, for example, call, because Google My Business page will tell you कि लोग सबसे ज्यादा कॉल कब करते हैं, कब से ज्यादा लोग कब देख रहे हैं. Probably if you're doing good on local business. Go ahead. If you have any query, go ahead. Any other query you have? This is so important. Fine. So what you can do it is, if you have query, you can send me a message, no problem. Fine. So okay. So if you don't have any queries of now, you can type no problem. But thank you for joining me for this wonderful session. We talked a lot about Google Ads in this session. I'm really thankful to all of you spending your valuable time. I want you to start your campaign immediately. And running Google Ad is like nasha. Result aega, you'll pour more money, but make sure that when you scale, you just cannot scale by adjusting daily budget. Sorry. So we need to take care of that part. Fine. Okay, fine. So thanks a lot for joining me for this wonderful session. Thanks a lot. So thanks a lot to everyone for joining for this wonderful session. Thank you so much. If you have any query, message me. We'll connect. Fine. So thank you so much. Take care. Bye. Yes. Thanks a lot. I'm logging off. Thank you.